8 candidates for a top job at a mysterious company are gathered in a windowless room. They have already passed previous requirements. Upon each desk is a piece of paper which identifies them as Candidate 1, Candidate 2. The invigilator arrives and explains the rules for the test. Inside the room, there are certain rules by the company. The candidates cannot try to communicate with the invigilator himself, nor the guard. They cannot spoil the paper, and they cannot leave the room for any reason. If they break any of the rules, they will be disqualified. The test consists of answering one question. The invigilator asks the candidates whether they have any questions. He sets the clock at 80 minutes and leaves. The candidates turn their paper over and find nothing is written on it. They look at each other in confusion, and the candidate Oriental starts writing. The guard puts her out because she has written on her paper, spoiling it. A young white man starts talking, stands up and convinces everyone to work together until they find what the question is. He also gives insulting names to the candidates according to their physical appearance. They try to read any hidden message in the papers by placing them in front of tubes of ultraviolet lights that horizontally surround the room. They then break the tubes so that the emergency lights come on. When they break the emergency tubes, they find infrared light. But they still couldn't see anything written on paper. They discover that if a candidate spoils another candidate's paper, neither of the two will be disqualified. They start spilling liquids over the paper. White urinates on his butt, finds nothing. White takes charge of the group as a de facto leader. Brunette discovers they can touch the guard as long as they don't talk to him. She finds a lighter in one of his pockets. She wants to set off the fire alarms because it may produce something other than water which may reveal the question. She jumps onto a table but couldn't reach the sprinkler. White offers her a paper, and after succeeding, she discovers that White gave her her own paper, so she is disqualified. White picks on Deaf, who speaks only French. Deaf displays symptoms of a mental or nervous disorder. He says in French that they only have to look at the papers. White bullies him into tearing the paper and eating it. The guard disqualifies Deaf too. They discover that Brown is a professional gambler, and he suggests that the board of directors are on the other side of the wall betting on who will win. Dark is a psychoanalyst who seems to be the only one who has some information about the company, but none of the other candidates were able to find any information in spite of doing some research. They think she's a spy within the company and is actually working for them, and they torture her to get the question out from her. When Brown is going to cut her with a piece of paper, they discover that she has self-hurt on one of her thighs before. Brown makes a cut. Blonde offers her a piece of plastic plaster. White deceived them by saying the group could collaborate until they guessed. But after tricking Brunette into being disqualified, each one begins to mistrust the others. Tension builds to greater levels. White ends up tied to a chair by Black and Brown. White starts convulsing and is unable to find his medication, which is required every hour. While everyone else is trying to decide the best way to help, Dark turns toward the blank screen and pleads, and is disqualified. Blonde discovers that Brown stole White's pill and stuck it under his desk with a piece of chewing gum. Blonde forces the pill into White's mouth. White believes only one of them can win. He and Black begin arguing and race to get the guard's gun. White is allegedly shot by Black, but they discover the gun didn't actually fire. White holds the gun and tries to shoot Black, but once again, the gun doesn't shoot. White figures out that the gun can only be shot by the guard, so he puts the gun into the guard's hand and shoots. White threatens everybody that they all will be killed, so they must leave. Blonde leaves and shouts "Lights out" in order to give Black the opportunity to win. In the dark, White kills Black. Blonde has not left the room. One of her feet remains partially in the room. White shouts to the other side of the wall that he's won, however. He loses because Deaf has adjusted the clock so that the 80-minute time slot has not yet expired. The glass wall is turned on, and White can see the silhouette of the invigilator. He looks at Black on the floor and realizes that it has all been in futility, so he tries to commit suicide. He is unable to kill himself, as he remembered that the gun will only work with the guard's fingers. The guard disqualifies him by putting his arm on White's shoulder. Blonde enters the room again and picks up her paper. She fumbles with the pieces of Deaf's broken glasses and reads, "Question 1. written on the watermark of the paper in very small print. She offers it to the invigilator and says no, answering to the question put forth, "Are there any questions?" She is offered the job. She got to know that Def is the CEO of the company. He is a genius scientist who has discovered a pill to heal wounds really fast. Blonde says that she may not accept the job. The invigilator asks her why not. She points to Black lying on the floor and says that it's unacceptable. The invigilator asks, "Who told you that he's dead?" She approaches Black and sees that the bullet wound is almost healed. The invigilator told her that they put the fast-healing pill inside the bullet. They also own the formula for the medicine which also healed White's illness, but it can only be manufactured in small quantities. The new director needed to have sympathy alongside ambition, intelligence, drive, and hard work. Blonde accepts the job right away. Thank you for joining us on this cinematic adventure. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more captivating stories from the world of film.